Before you click buy on that gorgeous garden set or head out to the shops to test out loungers, stop right there because there are a few things you absolutely need to know first. I've just been through this process myself. We recently bought a whole new set of garden furniture, and honestly, it made me realise just how much there is to think about. What seemed like a fun shopping task quickly became a bit of a minefield. In this video, we'll be looking at all the practical questions you should be asking yourself before you get to the shops or hit the websites. All the things you need to consider to make sure your purchase is exactly right for you. And stick with me because I'll also be sharing the 10 biggest mistakes people make when buying patio furniture. And some of them I'll bet you haven't even thought about. Hi, I'm Lynn. I help you create a space you love to come home to every season of the year. So grab a cuppa, sit back, and let's talk outdoor living. It's no wonder so many people feel completely overwhelmed when it comes to choosing patio furniture. There's so much choice out there, from sleek modern sets to timeless classics, wood, metal, rattan, plastic, cushions or no cushions, and don't get me started on the price differences. How do you know what's actually worth the money? Then there's the question of where to buy. Can you trust an online photo, or should you always try things out in person first? Before you know it, you're knee-deep in decisions you didn't even know you had to make. But that's exactly why I made this video. By the end, you'll feel so much clearer about what's right for you and way more confident that your hard-earned money will be well spent on something that truly works for your space and your lifestyle. The first question to ask yourself is, how are you going to use it? And to get the answer to this, ask yourself the following. Will you be sunbathing on it, curling up with a book? Do you want it for entertaining? Do you want to literally be able to put your feet up? Would you like a sofa set, or would individual chairs maybe work better? Do you want to be able to eat at it? Do you want to include a table? Do you need one that's suitable for sit-down meals, or do you prefer a low coffee style table, suitable for drinks and snacks? Do you need lots of seating to suit a crowd, or will there be mostly maybe just a cosy few? What time of day will you use it? Do you need to include an umbrella for shade, or maybe a fire pit or a patio heater? What do you want it to do for you? That's a great place to start. The next thing to do is to consider the space available. It's vital to not only think about what size of furniture will physically fit in the space, but also what scale of furniture will look right. If you're lucky enough to have a generous space, you might want to consider zones in the same way that you would design a large indoor open plan living space. Maybe you could have a space for cooking, for your barbecue, or even a bit of an outdoor kitchen. You could add a dining area with a table and chairs suitable for a sit-down meal, as well as a relaxing area and maybe a sofa and chair kind of coffee table combo. Many of us might need to combine the eating and the relaxing areas though, so this is where it's crucial to decide how you'll use it. How's your time split between relaxing and eating outdoors? Where is your priority here? Now it's time to ask yourself, what style are you drawn to? Let's go through some of them together and you can see where your preference lies. Firstly, let's think about a more traditional style. Think classic, timeless designs, often inspired by country gardens or English heritage. Materials tend to be wood, especially teak, wrought iron, cast aluminium. They might feature curved arms, lattice backs, ornate detailing, and they really do mostly consist of solid craftsmanship. Or maybe you prefer a more contemporary or modern design. Clean, minimalist lines with a more urban or architectural feel. Materials here tend to lean towards powder-coated metal, concrete even, resin, or treated hardwoods in simple forms. The colours tend to be monochrome or muted neutrals. Think grey, black, white and taupe. Examples of this are the boxy outdoor sofas that you see, those low profile lounges, sleek modular sets. Maybe you like a more rustic, natural aesthetic. These are designed to blend with nature and have a much more casual, organic feel. Materials used include raw or reclaimed wood, rattan, bamboo, Woven seagrass or wicker, you often see this style with weathered finishes, hand-woven textures in an almost mismatched or upcycled style. Think chunky wood tables, log benches, recycled crates, or Adirondack chairs, that type of thing. Maybe you're into a coastal or Mediterranean inspired mood. This evokes holiday vibes and alfresco living. The materials here are usually light woods, whitewashed finishes, wrought iron maybe, stone or even tiled surfaces. This style is definitely more colourful, although this could be achieved with scatter cushions and accessories, not necessarily your garden furniture. Think terracotta, cobalt blue, white and sandy neutrals. Examples of this style are mosaic top tables, folding bistro chairs, cane, or even those linen slung loungers. Is the boho or eclectic look more your thing? This is fun, layered, and whether you love your neutrals or the more colourful the better, this style will work as it's designed to feel collected, not coordinated. Materials can be woven or mixed textures. Vintage and upcycled pieces are often featured here. You could accessorise with floor cushions, hammocks, macrame, vibrant outdoor rugs and Moroccan-style lanterns. Furniture pieces would include hanging chairs and mix and match style seating. If this is your style, there are so many furniture sets that will work. Just avoid those boxy, ultra contemporary ones. The next thing to make some decisions on is a big one, especially here in the UK, and that is, what's your plan for inclement weather? While there are many manufacturers who will advertise their garden furniture as being weatherproof or even 100% waterproof, when you dig into the finer details, you'll find that while the frames are indeed completely weatherproof, when it comes to the cushions, terms like weather resistant or water resistant or showerproof are far more common. Unless your furniture sits under a watertight overhang or pergola, you've got some decisions to make. Do you want furniture with minimum cushions so that rain just isn't a big issue? Or are you going to go for big comfy cushions, then take them off and store them somewhere when they're not in use? If this is your plan, do you have somewhere with easy access to store them? Are you going to invest in covers and cover them every night? This is the option we've gone for with our new patio furniture, and so far it's working out really well for us. Modern garden furniture covers are lightweight, easy to fit solo and made from technically advanced fabrics. They're not cheap though, often 10 to 20% of the furniture cost, but they can seriously extend its life by protecting it from weather and from bird mess. You know, the cushions can't stay out all winter, even under a cover, so you'll still need somewhere to store them, although it could be somewhere much less accessible in this scenario, as you don't need constant access to them over the winter. During the warmer months, if your forecast shows no rain, you might be able to leave them out overnight uncovered, as long as you're okay waiting for the dew to dry off in the morning. The next thing to decide in this whole garden furniture buying experience is, are you okay buying online, or do you feel that you just really need to try it out in person? It's easier than ever to buy garden furniture online, but it's not always the best choice for everyone. Here are some questions that you need to ask yourself. Do you feel simply that you need to sit on it to know if it's comfortable? Photos can't always tell you about cushion firmness or how supportive the backrest really is. Are you confident judging the quality of the furniture just from photos and reviews alone? You know, some sets look gorgeous online, but they arrive feeling a bit flimsy or in colours that just aren't quite what you expected. Do you need to see finishes and fabrics in natural light, especially important with wood tones, metal frames, or cushion covers that may just look a little bit different in person? Are returns or exchanges easy with this particular retailer that you're considering? Returning large items can be a real hassle, so check for free returns or whether they collect from your home. And what are the reviews like for this retailer that you're thinking about, especially if there's a problem? This is important whether you're buying online or not, but we all know how much harder it can be when you feel like you just can't deal with someone in person. Do you simply feel more reassured seeing the item before you're buying it? For some people, that extra peace of mind is worth the trip, especially when it's a big investment. That said, online shopping can be brilliant if you're short on time, know exactly what you want, or you've just done your homework. Here are a couple of additional tips. See if the online retailer has a YouTube channel. Some have fantastic explainer type videos really showcasing the product, and you can get a much better idea of the furniture than you can simply from, the website photographs. And if a retailer has one product in the range on show, from a particular supplier, chances are that the quality will be similar across the board. So maybe they don't have the exact version in a store that you're interested in. Maybe they've just got the two-seater sofa version and you're interested in the corner version, but at least it'll give you an idea of what to expect. Of course, we can't forget about the budget. Many people will consider this first, but honestly, nowadays, I think you can get something to suit at any budget. The big box stores have got some really affordable and very stylish options. Garden furniture can be a considerable investment, especially at the upper end, though with outdoor furniture often costing as much as indoor furniture these days, it's important to really think carefully about just how much you're willing to invest. Our last furniture set was definitely worth the investment. It lasted for over 10 years, but you really do need to consider your longer term needs before taking the plunge. Also think about, are you planning to move house in the next couple of years? Would what you're considering work in another home? Are you maybe planning to redo your garden anytime soon? And will that change the space that you've got available for your patio furniture? Are you someone that just simply gets bored or tired of things? So maybe for you, a less expensive option might be the way to go. Now let's take a look at the 10 most common mistakes people make when buying patio furniture. Many of these things are things I might not even have thought about until I went through the whole buying process myself. And number one on the list is getting the scale wrong, going for a huge set that dominates everything, or simply buying just too many pieces, making your patio feel really cramped with no space to move around. And then the opposite can happen, buying something that's just way too small that ends up looking like doll's furniture. Number 2 on the list is choosing form over function. It looks great, but it's really uncomfortable. And if you've ever shopped for an indoor sofa, I'm sure you can relate to this. It looks fab, but no one actually wants to sit on it. Number 3 on the list is buying a sofa dining table combo without trying it out and then finding that the sofa is too low for the dining table height. I find that this is especially true for those table height adjustable sets where you can switch between a coffee table height and a dining table height. The low height for the coffee table is great, but the upper height is usually totally wrong for dining at. If buying online or where you can't try it out, ask for the measurement between the sofa without the cushion and the table, and then compare it to your indoor dining table. That should give you a good idea as to whether it's going to work or not. Number 4 is not considering how the colours will look in the area of your garden it'll be situated in. For example, going for a slate grey frame, grey cushions, and then putting it on a slate grey patio. It just won't be very pleasing to the eye. Think about it in the same way as you would if you were buying indoor furniture and take the whole room or garden into account. The 5th most common mistake that I see people make is buying in a material that needs annual maintenance that you don't have the time or the inclination to keep up with, such as wooden furniture that needs oiling every year, or something with intricate metalwork or ironwork that needs regular painting. Number 6 on the list is assuming that all weather means you can leave it out all year without a cover. Now, it might very well mean exactly that, but you do need to be 100% sure of what the manufacturer recommends. Number 7 would be not taking frequent local weather conditions into account, not being able to secure or anchor pieces properly, or just choosing too light a frame. Lightweight sets can blow over in exposed gardens and cushions can go flying about. Parasols can topple even when they're in a base. At coastal locations with salty air, that can cause corrosion problems. Number 8 is making sure your new furniture can actually be delivered into your garden. A bit like buying furniture for inside your home, you need to think about how you access your outdoor space. Is there external access? If not, can it physically fit through your internal doorways? Can it fit through your garden gate, or is it light enough to be lifted right over the top? Number 9 is forgetting to take storage into account. You need to be able to store seat cushions in between use in summer or for the whole winter. Storing supplementary scatter cushions, storing covers when not in use, realising too late that you need a bulky storage box or daily drying sessions is a big mistake for a lot of people. And number 10 on the list is buying for the way you wish you used your outdoor space rather than the way that you actually do. You know, if you host a big group once in a blue moon, do you really need a table that seats 12? Or if you rarely sit out in the evening, do you really need a patio heater or a fire pit? Dreaming of Mediterranean style lounging in a garden that's mostly shaded or cloudy, do you really need a full set of sunbeds? And choosing pale fabrics for that dreamy look when you live with kids and dogs. And there you have it. I hope this has given you loads to think about and helps you feel much more confident before you make your next garden furniture purchase. And if there's something you think I've missed, or if you think there was a tip that really surprised you, maybe something you'd never considered before, I'd love to hear about it in the comments. Let's chat down there. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a like and consider subscribing for more seasonal inspiration for your home and garden. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.